Welcome back to Kult Corner. I'm Atron.
And I'm Inferna.
Got a couple of films to review today.
Yep. Do you want to start or do you want me to?
You go ahead.
Okay. First one up is The Entity.
Awesome.
This is a really good movie, and it is based on
a real story
about this woman, and she's still alive. I
believe. she lived in LA at the time. It was 1976 when she had this going on in her life.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it was actually very horrific. Like I said, it's based on a true story, and an entity of some form.
Yeah.
Comes into her life, and it is horrible. It is violent. It is mean. It rapes her violently. It bites her. It cuts her. It scratches her. It bruises her. It batters her. It throws her around. It's just
no one
torments her.
No one believes her, but her kids, because they're actually seeing.
Yeah, because they're actually seeing her get thrown, around the house.
I mean, just imagine though if like your mom or your dad was getting brutally beaten by some unknown force, and you couldn't do anything. You just hear her screaming and being like tortured and. Raped and stuff, which is, that must be like insanely, sickening,
Well, and she couldn't get any relief from it. It's not like it was in the house. It was haunting, for lack of a better term, her, personally.
It was just.
It would be in her car. It would be at her friend's house with her. Wherever she went, it
just
could
wanted
be.
to torment her, and use her in his own way, and. She's got this doctor who.
Yeah, she finally went to a doctor who is a psychologist.
Yeah.
One of those. And he just flat out does not believe anything. He thinks she's just completely mental.
He doesn't believe in the supernatural elements. He's just totally like.
Completely closed to it. I mean, not even slight.
Yeah, he thinks she's making it up and she's actually abusing herself.
Yeah, they think she's like really just viciously masturbating, actually.
Yeah, but she's got bite marks and bruises all over her, and
in areas you could not put yourself. I mean, there's like a bite over here. It's like.
Wow, that was interesting. So she keeps having these attacks, and it starts to hurt her kids. After I think it. Like broke her son's arm or something.
It injured his wrist or something.
Yeah, when he's trying to help his mom. And she's just, obviously the psychologist ain't helping her. Nothing is helping her. And she
becomes like sort of weird obsessed almost with her. He wants to like almost control her life.
Yeah.
And that actually I found really annoying. I mean, if that was true in the real life thing, that he was like that way, I would have found a different doctor or something, because he was just like too up in her business.
Yeah.
Because she finally goes to some parapsychologists to try to get some help.
And they're not even sure if she's telling the truth. They don't. They're open. They're kind of open to it, but they're, they think maybe she's whacked.
They're like, they have to have proof. Because there are people who are whacked, but there are people who have problems. Oh my gosh! But But there are people who, legitimately have problems that aren't caused by mental issues or whatever.
Right.
And, but she eventually goes to them, and this thing manifests itself, and, so they finally do believe her completely.
Yeah.
But then, she's going to them, well, her psychologist, whatever he is, the doctor, doesn't like that at all, and he tries to, control her and make her not talk to these people, and he goes to the head of the school or something. Oh, I don't want these people talking to her and stuff. And it's like, dude, you're her doctor.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to control her entire life?
Yeah. Well, whatever force is tormenting her is pretty powerful. They can't get rid of this. I mean. And that would be kind of the same way in reality. If you are connected to some kind of entity, a force, or whatever, nothing you can do can stop it unless you go to a kind of a higher source of the entity. And that's a different kind of conversation. But the point is, if you're connected to a force like that, it's going to go with you anywhere. You can move to Antarctica and it would find you. I mean, it's ain't a haunting. It's just much more. It's an intelligent force that's after you, and for some
as long
reason,
as it's interested in you and wants to follow you, it will wherever you go.
Yeah, and
unless it loses interest on its own and decides, I'm bored with you or whatever, or if something more powerful forces it away.
Yeah, and it's a really good film. It's like I think it's so underrated. I don't think a lot of people have seen this film, but they should. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
very spooky in places, you know.
Barbara Hershey is the star of it, you know, the lady who's being tormented.
Yeah, she's really good in this. And gosh, you feel for her because of just what's going on.
Yeah.
And she's just...
I mean, she never knows when the attack's going to come. And, I mean, like I said, it's extremely vicious and extremely up in her business. Like I said, it rapes her repeatedly. And there's nothing she can do. I mean, how could you react to that? Something that's totally invisible and totally powerful raping the crud out of you, and there's nothing you can do. You can't push it away. You can't do anything.
It must be such a kind of a humble kind of feeling, you know, to be, you know, like being attacked like that.
Yeah.
No one believes you. You can't do nothing to stop it. You don't know what to do to stop it because, you know, you've never done anything or had an experience like this before, you know. If somebody did, it would just be really freaky, you know, and but yeah, this is a horror classic. I really enjoy this movie. How many stars would you rate this?
I would give this one a 4.
4?
Yeah, I think 4. 4 to 4.5, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
because it's really good.
there too. 4, 4.5. It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
And that story could have influenced some other kind of possession and entity type films too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because when was this made? It was like, wasn't it in like the early 80s or something?
Yeah.
It was made.
Yeah.
I actually, 81.
81. Yeah. This is before Poltergeist. So,
yeah.
You know, I mean. Yeah. So. Yeah, go check it out. It's awesome, and
it's called The Entity.
Yeah. All right.
All right, and on to the next.
Next movie we got is The Omen, the classic Omen.
Yes, classic.
Well, this is one of the greatest horror films ever made.
It is. Definitely.
And basically, if you don't know the story, I guess I'm going to tell you. A family, they have a baby. And, you know, they've been trying for a while, and finally they get the little boy Damien, who, you know, they're so happy. He's like the cutest little kid, you know.
He is a cute little kid.
Yeah. And,
Party kid.
well, hey, leave Damien alone.
He's cutie.
But, no, he's like your perfect little baby, you know, and everything's fine. But Damien starts kind of doing strange things, you know, as he gets a little older. You know, they notice, like, you know, he freaks out the animals. He don't like churches, you know.
Well, and his nanny starts behaving oddly.
Well, she comes in the picture a little later on, you know.
But,
and you find out why she's there.
Yeah.
But, where things start happening, you see, like, a woman sacrifice herself to Damien at his birthday party.
Yeah.
You know, and...
It's for you, Damien.
Yes. Before she goes out the window.
Yeah.
It was a cool scene, by the way.
Yeah.
I like that scene. So Damien, he's like, you know, slowly kind of coming into his own, you know, and his dad,
I mean, he's still a little kid, too.
Yeah, this preacher guy keeps warning his father, which is played by Gregory Peck, a really great actor, you know, and he does a great job in this, you know. He's saying, oh, your boy's he's the Antichrist, you know. And
look for 666 on his head.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't think so. I don't believe him. Thinks he's kind of loony.
Yeah, thinks he's like a little bit of a whack job.
Yeah, and
had a little bit too much of the Sacramento wine.
Yeah, so he's like, nah, get the hell out of here. I don't want to hear this stuff. And you know, but he keeps coming back, and then
the strange stuff starts happening more and more, and you know, so he starts thinking, well, maybe the guy's...
And this photographer gets involved, and he shows him pictures of, you know, and you know, he's trying to tell his father too, and his father's starting to, well, maybe, you know, because he's starting to, you know, put things together. Like, well, my kid's really strange, and all these...
And this weird stuff is happening, and he starts thinking, well, maybe, you know, the priest guy isn't like completely insane. Maybe there's a little something to it.
Yeah, and so he goes on a little trip with the photographer to try to find out the truth of his son. You know, because he's kind of thinking after a while, well, is this really my kid? You know, I mean, sometimes
maybe he switched at birth.
Sometimes as a parent, you know, you can have these feelings, and like, you know your kid, or you feel it's your kid or something. You know, so imagine like if it was like a
maybe it got switched at,
you know?
like the hospital accidentally or something. You know, a nurse did a little swapperoo or something, and I mean, newborns all pretty much look alike. I mean, you'd never know. Yeah. It's happened before.
Yeah. So he goes to Europe with his buddy, and yeah, they go to this graveyard. They find out that, oh, well, maybe this isn't my son after all, and they find like the mother of well, their son. They think was their son is like a dingo or something, you know?
Yeah, it's like something really
not
odd.
a dingo maybe, but some kind of
Like
dog
dingo
or whatever.
or wild dog
Yeah,
or some
yeah.
sort of something.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so you know it freaks him out.
Which is actually really odd.
Yeah, and so yeah, he's all freaked out. Comes back, his photographer guy, he gets axed, you know, and which is one of the most brutal scenes in the movie. How he gets killed. I'm not gonna give it away
it's
if you haven't
messed up
seen it,
now.
but it's really awesome. I like it.
It's a
Give me the
messed up
gore, give me the gore.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he comes back, and you know, he gets all the knowledge he needs, and he's like, okay, I got to kill my son. I don't want to, but he's not really his son, so it doesn't matter. But he, you know, but everybody.
But still, he's raised him all
Yeah.
this time and stuff, and I mean, you know.
You know, he is still kind of like hard for him. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it would be hard for anybody. You know, if you had like
Well,
some
and
kind
it's, you look at him, and it's a little kid. It's not like, you know.
yeah.
It's this young. I mean, how old was he? Like something like 7 or something. I mean, he was young.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to think of. Oh, this young little kid needs to be destroyed.
Yeah. And this, yeah, kind of comes down to the final where, you know, he's going to kill his son and everything goes south, you know, and, but yeah, this is a really awesome film, great soundtrack, great acting. This whole movie, everybody in this movie kind of hits it out of the
Great
park.
filming.
And this is one of the Unholy Trinity films
Yes.
with Rosemary's Baby and The Exorcist. And out of the three, I think Rosemary's Baby is my favorite, you know, and then maybe The Exorcist after that, and this would be my third. But all are really good movies in different ways. You know, Rosemary's Baby is more like the occult, you know, where The Exorcist and The Omen are more Christian-based devil kind of Satanism, you know, kind of. So, yeah, if you haven't seen this, you should fucking go own it. It must be in your collection. It's mandatory, people. Go buy this. Whatever. VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, Laserdisc, Beta.
Beta. Does anybody even have anything that plays Beta anymore?
Yeah, actually, people do.
Do they?
Yeah, they have Beta collections. You can see them on eBay.
Hey, if any of you have a Beta collection, put it in the comments, man. I want to hear.
Tell us about your betas. Beta. Give me the beta. So yeah, two cool, fun films and two great films. So yeah, we are out of here to Hail the Horror.
Hail horror.
See you next time.